my sometime is now.
Some people, when you mention the name Dean Martin to them, they say wine, women, and song. Is that an accurate description of your preferences?
Women and song. Wine, I'm not too crazy about wine. Wine, women, and song. I mean, what else is there to say about me? I love to sing, and I love women.
Like heaven for little girls, for little girls get bigger every day.
Dean Martin, singing about what he loves best. And of the wine, women, and song image, it's song, above all else, which has made him famous.
Delightful way. I think one of them got my bottle by mistake. Those little eyes, so helpless and appealing. One day will flash and send you crashing through the ceiling.
Over a fantastic recording career spanning 40 years, he's recorded all the great songs.
Take one fresh hand, add one stolen knife blade. One girl, one boy, some grief, some joy, memories are made of this. I match the man behind the bar for the jukebox, and the music takes me back to Tennessee. When they ask who's the fool in the corner crying, I say, a little old wine drink of me.
Where did you get the ability to sing from? Was there any indication when you were a young boy that you could sing?
I don't know. I just loved to sing when I was small. I just sang, that's all. I never missed a Bing Crosby picture when I was back home. I loved to hear him sing. And as most of us did, Frank or Perry Como, they'll tell you the truth, and me. Everybody copied Bing. And then in time, they developed their own style, but it was the man, Bing, he started it all.
The young Dean Martin, who fell under Bing's influence, was then Dino Crocchetti. Born in Ohio, America's Midwest, he was the son of Italian immigrants. And in those post-war years of the 40s, Dino was hungry for the kind of success promised by the American dream. And as a prize fighter and croupier.
When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, Signore. Scusa me, what you see, like an old Napoli or that's the morning.
But in 1946, it was his singing that landed him a job in a nightclub in Atlantic City, where he met and teamed up with a young comic called Jerry Lewis.
That's very good, Steve. Boy, that's terrific the way you sing those songs. If the moon hits your eye like a cabilda fish at the moon. I like that. All right.
He became an overnight sensation. I mean it, because we were together only a year, and we flew out here to California at Slapsy Maxie's, and our first show, everybody was there, all Hollywood, all the directors and producers, and after our first show, about 5 producers came backstage, and we signed a 6-year contract with Hal Wallace, just right after the first show. That's how fast things happened with Jerry and myself. Well, the appeal was that not that we didn't care about the audience, but we never looked at the audience. We would work like I am talking to you now. we would work to each other and just do a lot of funny things. So that's why they kind of like, we were very different. We did different little, not like jokes, we did little situations and
do you think,
the answer to.
Do you think that that act would go down well nowadays? That kind of humor?
No, I don't think so. It's been done too much. It has been copied.
At Republican headquarters, you can feel the end of a long drought. They're drinking the sweet wine of expectant victory, the first since 1928.
They hit their peak at the time Eisenhower was elected to the White House, just as Americans were beginning to relax and enjoy post-war prosperity, as the Korean settlement brought peace to the nation for the first time in over a decade. Martin and Lewis's particular brand of anarchic humor seemed to suit the optimistic mood of the times and flourished both in films and on television.
A gala preview to honor the annual Governor's Conference at New Jersey's famed Atlantic City Boardwalk. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis in a mighty fancy stagecoach are here with their latest starring picture, Partners.
They traveled around the country promoting their films, and wherever they went, they were feted and mobbed by crowds of girls. The women and song were doing well for Dino, but despite their enormous success, all was not well between Jerry and Dean.
Jerry is gunning for Chief Make-'em Laugh.
How soon after you began working with Jerry Lewis did you begin to resent the role that you were put in, the role of, I suppose, being the stooge in a way? Did that happen quickly?
No, it took about 4 years. And then it started getting to me because I was learning more about myself, how to become a better actor in those terrible pictures. I was, as I said, learning to be a little better actor. I used to go to a little sneak off some drama school and work harder.
When you talk of those terrible pictures, what films are you thinking of?
Well, to me, they were terrible. They were great for the audiences, but to me, they were terrible because I had nothing to do in them except I'd never had to learn lines because he would say, I think I'll go down to the drugstore. And I say, oh, you're going to the drugstore? I had nothing to do except learn some songs and repeat what he said. That's all, or slap him in the face. And I just didn't like the pictures. And everybody on the Paramount lot knew it. And so I had to get away. I wasn't going to spend my life doing pictures like that.
So how finally did your relationship with Jerry Lewis come to an end then?
Well, I just quit. I told him this is it. I'm through. No more of this stuff. And of course there was a big meeting with all the heads of Paramount Studios, and they said, you can't walk out of them. $20, $30 million. I said, well, you just watch me, and I walked out, that's all.
The partnership disintegrated in bitterness, and Dean was on his own. But could he survive? His first solo effort was an utter failure, a picture made in London called 10,000 Bedrooms. Although he got paid handsomely, the film was a box office disaster. Friends were worried about Dean's future, but then, one night, his luck changed.
I remember laying in bed and the phone rang. And my manager called and said, would you mind working with Marlon Brando and Montgomery Clift? I said, are you drunk? Would I mind? I said, I'd love it, yeah. He said, well, you'll have to take a big cut. You know, the last picture I did, 10,000 Bedrooms, I got 250,000. He said, for this, you'll only get 20,000. I said, I'll do it for nothing. And that was The Young Lions.
That part in The Young Lions, starring the established actors Marlon Brando and Montgomery Clift, was a war film with Brando playing the German officer and Martin and Clift playing American soldiers. A far cry from the image Martin had created. The young Lions firmly established Dino as a film actor in his own right.